If you're thinking about a holiday in Corfu, or you've already been there once and slightly fallen in love with it, this is the channel for you. My name's Andrew, I'm from the UK, and over the past few years, Corfu has quietly become the place I keep going back to. I'm not a travel agent, I don't work with any hotels or tour companies, and none of this is sponsored. I'm just somebody who keeps returning to Corfu and wants to share what it's really like from an ordinary traveller's point of view. Over the years, I've built up a lot of footage, photos, and little notes from our trips, and I realised it was time to turn all of that into maybe something useful. For people who are planning their own Corfu holidays and just want honest, straightforward information. I didn't go to Corfu expecting it to become the place I'd keep returning to. At first, it was just another Greek island on the list. Good weather, good food, and nice beaches. But after that first trip, something clicked. You know that feeling when you arrive somewhere and it just feels easy? The journey makes sense, the resorts feel walkable, people are friendly without being pushy, and you can instantly imagine yourself coming back. Well, that was Corfu for me. Over time, each trip started to build on the last one. We found a taverna we loved. The next year we discovered another one tucked away up a side street. We figured out which beach was quieter in the morning and which one had the best light for a sunset walk. We tried different walks, different routes, and different little routines. Somehow, it always felt familiar, but never boring. That's a big part of why I keep going back. Corfu, especially the quieter parts, is one of those places where you can repeat the same holiday, but it never feels like you're doing the exact same thing. So, let me try and explain what makes Corfu special for me. Beyond the obvious sun, sea and sand. First, the pace of life, especially in the quieter areas, is not frantic. You're not fighting for space around the pool or queuing for everything. You can wander down to the beach late morning, find a spot, grab a coffee or an iced drink, and just be for a bit. Then there's the food, proper Greek dishes, fresh fish, simple grilled meats, salads that actually taste of something, and all the little extras, bread, olive, dips, that turns dinner into a slow, relaxed evening. There's something really nice about going back to the same taverna and being recognised, or finding a new place tucked away somewhere and being surprised just by how good it is. The landscape is another big one. Corfu really has a nice mix of things going on. Soft sandy beaches, rocky coves, hills and viewpoints, olive groves, little villages, and then the more built-up areas if you want more going on, like Corfu town. It's not just one long strip of hotels, you've got a variety packed into a relatively small island, and that keeps each trip interesting. And then there's the evenings. For me, some of the best moments in Corfu are really just the simple ones. Walking along the front as the sun sets, listening to the waves, a few bars with no music rather than clubs blaring, and that feeling of warm air that you just don't get back in the UK most of the year. It's those ordinary little moments that end up making the ones you remember. After a few trips, I realised I was doing the same thing every time I planned a holiday in Corfu. Hours on YouTube, scrolling forums and Facebook groups, trying to find real information from real people. Things like, what is this area actually like at night? Is this walk doable in normal trainers or do I need hiking shoes? How much am I going to spend on food and drink in a week? Is this beach sandy, pebbly, shallow, deep, windy or crowded? Sometimes you find great information, and sometimes you're watching a beautiful 4K drone shot with no commentary or a 3-minute hotel promo that doesn't give you any of the answers to the questions that you actually have. So that's why I started this channel. I wanted to create something that's honest. If something's great, I'll say it. If something's a bit average, I'll say that too. Practical, not just previews, but useful information about walking, hills, buses, boats, prices, and what to expect. And relaxed, no shouting, no over-the-top hype, just calm videos you can watch while you plan your next escape. So, here's what you can expect if you stick around and subscribe. Number 1, resort and village guides. I'll be doing walkthrough style videos of the areas that we stay in, showing the layout, the beach, the main streets, and where the tavernas and bars are, and what the general vibe is. I'll talk about who I think each place suits: couples, families, older travelers, people who want quiet, and people who want a little bit more going on. Number 2, things to do. That will include walks to viewpoints, beach to beach walks, quad hire, boat hire days, day trips to other parts of the island, and the little things like visiting nearby villages and churches. I'll try to show you how long things actually take, how steep, rocky paths are, and how tiring it really feels in the heat. Number 3, real costs and budgeting. I'll be breaking down what we actually spend on a typical week in Corfu: flights, transfers, accommodation, food, drinks, and extras. Not theoretical prices, but our actual receipts and roughly daily spend, so you can get a realistic picture rather than just a brochure fantasy. Number 4, simple travel tips. Things like when in the year we've been and how that affected the weather, the crowds, how long transfers really take, whether we use cash or card, and the little packing tips we've learned the hard way. And number 5, relax vlogs. Some videos will be more like a diary of a day or a week, not super dramatic, just a realistic look at what a day in Corfu really looks like for us. Breakfast, beach walk, lunch, maybe a nap, dinner, an evening stroll, the simple stuff that holidays are really made of. So, who am I making all of this for? First, it's for you if you're thinking about going to Corfu for the first time. Maybe you've heard good things, or you've seen some photos, but you're not sure where to stay or what part of the island is your vibe. I want these videos to help you narrow things down and avoid feeling overwhelmed by choice. Second, it's for people who have already been once and want to go back, but maybe to a different area or with a better plan this time. Maybe your first trip was more of a package holiday style and now you want to explore a bit more, try different tavernas, or stay somewhere a bit quieter. And third is for anyone who just wants to enjoy relaxing travel video content. The kind of videos you put on during a rainy evening in the UK and think, yeah, I could do with a bit of that sunshine. You'll notice I'm not on camera in this video, and that's how most of this channel will be. The plan is to keep it faceless, but personal. That means voiceover plus B-roll. I'll talk over footage from the places we visit. Point of view shots, you'll see what I see walking along the front, down to the beach, up to a viewpoint, or sitting at a table in a taverna. And simple on-screen text. I'll add place names, prices, and key points on screen so it's easy to follow, even if you're watching with the sound low. I think this style works really well for travel content. It keeps the focus on the island and not on my face. But hopefully, you'll still get to know my style and my preferences over time, just from how I talk about things. Let me quickly talk about the first few videos you can expect after this one so you know what's on the way. One of the first videos will be a guide to the area that we usually stay in. I'll take you along the beach, through the main streets, I'll show you what's around. The kind of video I wish I'd come across before my first visit. Then I'll do a full cost breakdown of a typical week in Corfu for us. I'll talk about flights in the UK, what we paid for accommodation, rough daily spend on meals and drinks, and the extras like boat hire or excursions. If you're trying to work out a realistic budget, that one should be helpful. There'll also be some walkthrough videos of specific walks and beaches. Things like what the path is like, how long it actually took us at a normal pace, where the steep bits are, and what you get at the end, the view, the cove, the taverna, or what it might ever be. Over time, I'd like to cover more of the island and maybe even branch out to other Greek destinations as we visit them. But for now, Corfu is the focus, and there's more than enough to talk about here. Because this isn't a sponsored or a corporate channel, I'm really open to suggestions. If you've already been to Corfu and you have a favourite village, taverna, beach or walk, I would genuinely love to hear about it. So drop it down in the comments. It might give me ideas for future videos and even future trips for myself. If you're planning a trip and you're torn between two areas, let me know which ones. I might be able to build a video around that comparison. And if you've got specific questions like, is this area okay if I don't like hills? Will I be bored here for a week? Do I need a car for this part of the island? Drop them below. If I can't answer directly, I can at least keep them in mind for when I'm filming the next video. So to summarize, this channel is all about honest, practical Corfu content, real experiences, real prices, and a relaxed look into one of my favorite places to escape. If that sounds useful or interesting, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. And if you've already been to Corfu, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Where did you stay and what did you love most about it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending a little bit of time in Corfu with me, and I'll see you on the next video.